Hi everybody! So I'm going to make a video talking about what I do when people try to belittle me on the internet. So what I do is I give myself a compliment. So if somebody says, "Oh my god, you're so ugly, you got weird teeth, and you're so fat. You need to put a bag over your head," because I've heard that. What I'll say instead is, "I'm so gorgeous, you're jealous, blah 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 blah," because that's how I feel. So, call me conceited, but when people try to bring you down to their level, what it is that they're already underneath you. If they're trying to bring you down, then you already have to be above them, okay? So, what I'm trying to say is, if you feel beautiful, gorgeous, and brilliant, don't let what people say try to, bring you down to their level of existence. So what they're doing is they are at a low vibrational frequency. So a low vibrational frequency means that their thought pattern is constantly negative repeating cycles. So in other words, they constantly have repetitive negative thoughts. And that means that their vibration is low. When you have constantly repeating positive thoughts, that means you have a high vibration, which means that you're full of love. Love is a high vibrational force. Hate is a low vibrational force. So if you're a hater, you are at a very low vibration. So what I'm trying to say is these people are going to try to mess with your frequency. So your frequency is your thought pattern. And you could say thoughts create reality or whatever, but I think that, I'm not sure what I think, but all I know is how I feel about myself, and don't ever let somebody online try to take away your self-esteem, your self-worth, how you feel inside, because at the very end of the day, people are going to try to say whatever they can to try and pick at you, to try and get you, under your skin, because that's how they feel about themselves. That's how they feel. They feel negative. Why? Because they're not happy. They're not happy, and it's as simple as that. They can't be happy because that's who they are inside. And everybody has, their journey. And some people's journey is supposed to be, low, and then they get higher later, and that's fine. But to try and bring someone down is a very strange energy. It's like, I want to make you as miserable as me, in other words. And they're very miserable, which is why they go around doing that. If you're a miserable person, you're going to want to bring other people down to your level because you want other people to feel how you feel. So if you're a happy person, then you're going to want to compliment people. That's what I do. I give people compliments. I don't belittle people unless they belittle me. But even then, I try not to, because I just give myself compliments. And then they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They go, "What are you talking about? You still love yourself? Even after I called you a fat pig and your gap is so weird and ugly?" Yeah, because I know what I look like. Because I know what I look like, I know who I am. You don't know who I am. And a lot of people will try to pick at something. Like, for example, on Instagram, they pick at the fact that I buy from Shein and try to use that as a leverage for them, having a reason to hate me. And if that's, your reason for hating me, that's great. Go on. But at the end of the day, I'm going to buy from wherever I choose. And if you choose to be a low vibrational person and hate on other people, that's fine. That's you. You do you, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're never going to change how I feel about myself. You're never going to change how I see myself. I see myself as beautiful as I did yesterday, even though this girl called me fat and told me that I need to put a bag on my head. Like, clearly I don't need to put a bag on my head. And yes, I am fat, but I'm happy to be fat. I'm proud because this is me. This is my vessel. This is who I am. And I'm a person who loves food. I love food a lot. Okay? Now, whatever. If you got a problem with my body because you're a negatively vibrating person, that's you. Okay? That's not me. I'm a high vibrational person, and I protect my energy. If somebody insults me, I give myself a compliment. Why? Because it makes me feel good. And it reinforces my belief that I will still feel this way about myself regardless of what anybody says. Because I could say the sky is blue, or the sky is red or green, but the sky is actually blue. I mean, I could say someone's white when they're actually black. Does that make it true just because I said something? No. Does it make it true that somebody called you ugly? No. It doesn't make it true. How do you feel? Do you feel beautiful? The answer should be yes, because I think everybody should look in the mirror and feel beautiful or handsome, because that's just how I feel everybody should be, and that's how I think everybody thinks. You know, I think that every girl looks in the mirror and goes, oh my god, I'm so beautiful. That's what I think they do. Is it true? I don't know, but that's what I do. And that's why I think that every girl does that, because it's just a natural thing for me. It's something that I've worked on in the past long time. You know, I've had self-esteem issues, but at the end of the day, I've never had higher self-esteem than I do now, and I'm obese. And even when I was 124 pounds, I didn't have as much confidence as I do at 185 pounds. Why? Well, because I was learning to love myself. And sometimes it comes with age, sometimes it comes with experiences, sometimes it comes with just not caring what other people say. Because, you know, just because they say something doesn't mean that they actually think it, first of all. Second of all, if they think that, it's because they hate you. Because they're at a low vibrational frequency, because their soul is very negatively charged. So what they see is not, it's a perception, but it has nothing to do with you or how you should perceive yourself. Because you gotta know that when you look at things with love, things will always be beautiful. Okay? When you look at something with hate, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be gross. That's just how it is. So if someone never calls you ugly, they just hate you. And don't take it personally, because they hate everybody. Okay? They really do. Because happy people do not act like that. Happy people do not belittle people on the internet. Happy people that think highly of themselves do not belittle people on the internet. They do not do that. And you just need to know that they're miserable. They're in a low vibration, and they want to bring you down to their level. And all you gotta do is say, no, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. Because you are. And that's how I feel. I feel that way about myself. And I'm very well endowed, and I feel very happy. I feel happy. I like my nose. I like my eyes. I like my makeup. I like everything about myself. Even my fat. I like my fat too. Why? Well, because I like fat girls. I like fat guys too. I like all kinds of fat people. I don't discriminate. If you're fat, I love you. I don't care. I'm fat too. Let's go, girl. But anyway, that's it. So, I find that when I belittle other people on the internet, it does make me feel bad, because they also want to belittle you as well. Although, because, when you belittle them, it gives you a reason, or gives them a reason to further belittle you. Now, even if you give yourself a compliment, I've still experienced this, where they'll continue belittling you, but at least they'll know that I won't change my mind. I'm not going to change my mind on myself just because a weirdo says no. Well, because that's not true. Yes, I look fantastic. Yes, I'm beautiful. Yes, I'm gorgeous. Yes, my hair looks fantastic. Yes, it does. And if somebody says no and tries to tear you down, that's really showing you how ugly they are. Okay? It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual ugliness. They might not be physically ugly, but spiritually, oh yeah, they're hideous. And it's that's just the truth. No, because beautiful people have a beautiful energy. And it's not just a physical thing. Now, I'm a physically beautiful person, but what I'm talking about is, like, when someone is, trying to get at you. When they're trying to get at you, they're ugly. Because they're ugly inside. Now, beauty comes in many different forms. The most beautiful you can be is beautiful outside and inside. Okay? And a good way to do that is reinforcing how beautiful you feel. I feel great. I'm going to do this. I'm going to feel great. I'm going to have, I'm going to give myself compliments while this person insults me. That way they know that my mind is not changed. That way they know that I still feel beautiful. That way they know that they're trying to tear me down and I don't care. And that's it. That's why I give myself compliments. And now people can call that conceited. People can call that all kinds of things. I really genuinely don't care because guess what? I'm going to give myself a compliment. That's what I'm going to do. If you belittle me, chances are I'll probably give myself a compliment. At this point in time, I feel like that's the best course of action because what are they going to do? Keep telling you that you're not beautiful? What's your issue? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to say it 500 million times. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because that's how I see myself. That's how I am perceiving myself. And you will never change that. Nobody's ever going to change how I perceive myself. And yes, I may be fat. I'm very realistic. I'm a fat girl, okay? But I'm beautiful. And my fat, I'm proud of. I love my fat. It comes with food, and I love food. And that's all I gotta say. So if you're not feeling beautiful because people are belittling you on the internet, give yourself a compliment. It feels good. And sometimes I'll just go, ugh. I've had girls ask me, why are you giving yourself a compliment when I'm trying to insult your outfit? Well, because that's how I feel. I feel gorgeous in my outfit. So you're trying to call my outfit cheap. I've had this girl try to call my outfit cheap because it's from Shein. I'm like, yeah, well, I still look gorgeous. The fuck? And she had a problem with that. She's like, why are you trying to give yourself a compliment? I'm like, because I love myself, and you don't make any sense to me. That's why. Because I don't understand you, and you need to just work on yourself. I don't know. Because whatever you're doing, calling people cheap, that's weird. I don't do that. I don't call people cheap. I genuinely think many people are gorgeous. Many people are beautiful. I think everybody in my life is a beautiful person, and I genuinely, because I see everybody with love in my heart, and like when you see people with love, they're always gonna be beautiful. Just like when you see people with hate, they become ugly because you want to see that because you're thinking about hateful things while you're looking at them. It's that easy. It's not rocket science. But yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. But yeah, bye.